From the station that made country music famous, 650 AM WSM, this is a Coffee, Country, and Cody podcast. Hi, it's Charlie Madelson. In this episode, we sit down with Ashley McBryde. What a couple of days it would be for Ashley McBryde. She would join us on Coffee, Country, and Cody in the morning, Friday, April the 3rd. It was CD release day for her brand new album, Never Will. And the very next night, she would be on stage at the Grand Ole Opry. Enjoy our Coffee, Country, and Cody podcast with Ashley McBryde.
Billy Boy Cody, Charlie Matos, a girl named Joe with entertainment. It's Coffee, Country, and Cody, and so excited, as always, just to have a chance to hang out and visit a little bit with Ashley McBryde. But today is a particularly special day for you because your brand new, long-awaited album, Never Will, is out.
Happy release day. It's like a birthday, but way better.
And did you ever think you'd be doing it from quarantine?
No, of all of the parts of this dream that have surprised me when they come to fruition, the word quarantine never popped up.
If so, you would have written a song called Quarantine, right?
Absolutely.
I have read lots about this new album. One of the things that just keeps ringing true is how real to life, your life, Ashley McBryde, the songs on this album are.
Good. I hope so, because they're true stories. Apart from Martha Divine, I didn't actually hit anybody with a shovel. That one had to be fluffed a little bit.
One of your daddy's old girlfriends did figure into the inspiration, if I'm right.
Absolutely. Yeah, I did not care for her, and she did not care for me either. And so I think I got to satisfy teenage me by writing that frustration out.
I love that.
And then there's a video when you go to the website. First thing you see when you click on the video for Hang In There Girl is what?
The beginning of that is the shovel, isn't it?
The shovel still makes its way in.
The shovel is one of the coolest characters in those videos.
Capital T, capital S, the shovel.
Oh, my gosh. The Plymouth that you drive, the getaway car, where we're trying to dispose of the body, where'd that classic car come from?
Oh, man, that car was so cool. And when I found out we were going to crush it, I got all defensive and, chain yourself to the tree so they don't cut it down. I was like, no, you can't crush the car. It came from, I wanted to say it was Music City. No, it was Music City Dream Cars. It's a place out by Lebanon that's what they have. They have prop cars. They have, in different levels of disrepair. They have cop cars and Plymouths, and they have vans and ice cream trucks and all that stuff. It was awesome. And that thing was so clean on the inside.
It is. I mean, it's an old gold, one of those colors they don't do anymore. It's an old gold Plymouth. I'm not sure it's a sedan, but I'm not sure of a particular body style that represents.
Hey, Ashley, this is Joe, and you and I have not gotten to spend a lot of time together, but our paths have definitely circled around each other. We were in the same Next Women of Country class, and then we played a billboard show at Analog together. And I love you, and I love your music and what you're doing for country music as a female that writes great songs. Will you tell the story about, and I may get this wrong, but about the school teacher, that was kind of the inspiration behind Girl Going Nowhere? Am I even on the right track?
Yeah, you definitely are. And, there are lots of people that tell you when you explain to them that you want to make things up or sing things for a living and you expect to be paid for it. There are a lot of people that tell you how crazy you are. But this one was really special and stuck with me way into adulthood, obviously. It was an Algebra 1 class, and we were going around the room and saying what we wanted to do when we grew up. What were we going to study in college, and what did we want to do? And this particular teacher really relished in embarrassing young people in front of each other. And I don't know what makes a person that way, because most educators aren't like that. And she got to me and said, Ms. McBryde, what are you going to do? And I said, I'm going to move to Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm going to write songs, and I'm going to sing them, and they're going to be on the radio, whether I'm doing it or somebody else is doing it. And she said, in front of everybody, that's stupid. It'll never happen, and you should remember where you are from. As if to say being from Arkansas would somehow hinder me from being able to make music, which is, of course, ridiculous, because Johnny Cash and Glenn Campbell and Colin Ray and Conway Twitty. I mean, these are musicians associated with Arkansas. So it really, really stuck with me. And thankfully, it helped the song Girl Going Nowhere be born. And even more important than that, it kept a fire so hot lit under me from that day in 10th grade on. I was like, well, now if I fail, she'll be happy. I can't let that happen.
Well, I hope she watches the Opry tomorrow
Yes,
night.
and when she gets to that line in the song about where she's standing tonight, and that Opry crowd goes crazy, it's one of the most emotional things ever.
And she better watch out, keep her mouth shut, or the shovel might come after her.
That's right.
There is a rogue shovel just running around smashing things.
Never Will. Ashley McBryde joins us. It's out today. The full album, which let out with One Night Standards as a single release back in the fall. As we wrap up this morning, I read where you said, I have played the Opry. I have done things that other people, very successful artists haven't done. I've been on these huge tours. I've opened for George Strait, played these stadium shows in arenas, and yet radio has been not as kind as maybe they should be in where they chart your records. But you said, I'm not going to change, and I never will, and that's where you got the idea for the album title.
Yeah, those same type of people that would embarrass a child in a classroom by saying that that's never going to happen for you, those same kind of people, you're going to run into them no matter what level of success you're having at the time. Because when I started playing in bars, that people would say, oh, yeah, but you're just playing in bars. Like, nobody cares about that. And I cared about that. You don't get to play in arenas someday if you don't play in bars for a decade. That's not how this works. You don't drive to town and they hand you a career. And the people that try to discourage you are many, and you can't listen to them. And so, we've had success with butts in seats, ticket sales, album sales. But radio, the highest, I can't remember where Dahlonega ended up, but, we had a little bit higher hopes for that. And Girl Going Nowhere, such a special song to us, and it is the song that gets the biggest fan response. Yeah. So we know that the song was popular among country listeners, but country radio really didn't quite get it, and that's okay. We're new to each other. Country radio and I haven't known each other long. But I can't do the songs that just sell mattresses and beer. I don't know how to do that. So we're going to find a way to really get along with each other and live with each other and figure this relationship out, because this is long haul. I personally want to thank you for Radioland, by the way, because that is what guys who sit on this side of the microphone aspire to, is what you talk about in that song, and that's touching people like you, as a little girl in Arkansas, on the other side of the radio, in Radioland. Ashley McBryde, Never Will, her brand new album. It is out today, wherever you buy or download music. So what's been your strong weakness, food or beverage, during quarantine? A little bit of both. I realized that I was stress drinking the other night because I was really worried about my band and musicians on the whole, and songwriters. I'm worried about our hearts and our spirits, because right now our hands are kind of tied and we can't create in the way we normally would. And I just started stress drinking, and that resulted in a hangover. Kids, don't do that. Funny how those go together. Yeah, and it's very strange, because at 36 years old, at 21 years old, you're like, ooh, I don't feel good and I have a headache. And at 36, you're like, I might fall off the earth. That is Ashley McBryde, the honesty that is. I thank you so much for your time. Congratulations. Finally, it's here. Never Will. It's wherever you buy or download music worldwide today. It is out. Thanks for getting up and coming on this morning. Absolutely. It was really nice to talk to you this morning. Bye, Ashley. Bye, guys.
Thanks for listening to our Coffee, Country, and Cody podcast. Our program director at WSM Radio is J. Patrick Tittle. Our digital producer is Haley Hall. Marketing and promotions director is Amanda Cannon. And I'm Charlie Matos. If you like what you've heard, make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode, and leave us a review on iTunes. It really does help new people find the show.